You like our music, Brant?
Man, I'm liking it.
It's been a second since you've been on our podcast.
Yeah.
Not really.
You were like one of our. I think
Like
Ron
3 or
was
4
before you,
weeks
yeah.
ago, wasn't it?
Was it?
Dude, I can get down
I thought
with
it was
this.
longer than that.
Yeah.
I can't dance nearly as good as this guy. I've seen
Did
this
you
guy.
see the video on Facebook?
Well, those weren't my real dance moves, guys. That was just
That wasn't bad though.
Oh yeah, okay.
Wasn't bad.
Breaking out the suspenders.
Yeah, yeah. When you got suspenders, man, you got a lot of accessory to work with.
Yeah.
You were working with it.
How many beers were involved in the making of that video?
You know, I didn't drink too much on New Year's. So I just had a flask with me, and it had apple Jack Daniels, and I just drank that all night.
Was it good?
It was very good.
I don't know if I've had the apple jacket. I've had some apple Crown Royal. That's really good.
I had
but-
0 drinks on New Year's.
Really?
Yeah. For the first time in a long time. Well, you know, we've kind of been on, my wife and I have kind of been on this kick where we celebrate holidays the day before a holiday. Like, so let me give you
I love talking to Brant. You know, you hear cold showers.
I have like a reason why. Okay, so
all
like
right,
we
let me hear it.
celebrate what's the one? February 14th, Valentine's Day. We celebrate Valentine's Day on the 13th.
That makes
because
sense.
restaurants
Well, that
aren't
makes a lot of
okay.
sense. I get that one. Okay.
So we tend to like to go out to dinner and hang out in places when it's not overly crowded.
Sure.
And so like, why not celebrate New Year's on the day before New Year's Eve? So that and that's what we did.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah.
So you were hungover on New Year's Eve.
Yeah, we're
went
kind
hard
of
on New Year's
we're
Eve.
we're sort of introverted people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we don't, it's just kind of like a nice quiet dinner and go home and be in bed by 9 o'clock.
Did y'all celebrate Christmas on Christmas Day?
Yeah, we were in the cabin.
Oh, yeah.
in the mountains.
We actually did Christmas the day before Christmas at my house. We did Christmas on
there
Christmas
you go.
Eve. But only because we were leaving
leaving.
Christmas Day. And I mean, the kids they're young enough that
Gotcha.
they don't care what day Santa comes.
Whatever day you get presents.
As long as Santa comes, that's all that matters.
It's amazing.
But,
It's been a big year.
It was,
yeah,
it was
that's,
a big
that's,
year.
That's what we're talking about in this podcast.
Yeah, 2022 was awesome.
Like a lot. 2022 was a big year.
Yeah.
I can't express. I mean, we can talk about some fish that we call it.
Yeah.
But that kind of sounds very small and minuscule
Yeah.
compared to the
The fish kind of boring.
yeah.
In
I posted
comparison.
in comparison.
I posted a picture on New Year's Day of like all the new species that I caught in 2022. It's pretty
yeah?
cool.
I didn't
had
see
a
that.
lot of a lot of new species that year.
I broke a lot of PBs.
Yeah.
So, and I caught my first tuna out of the kayak.
That was cool.
But I broke my PB bass, which is that's a big deal. I didn't get an official weight, but it's definitely PB, like by far. And then I broke PB trout, which was a big one. It's like 28 plus inches.
Nice.
Big trout. I know there were some more pompano. But, giant.
I saw that.
That's a
Big
huge,
pompano.
huge
Yeah.
PB.
How big was it?
It was 4. It was 4.5.
Oh, that's the one you
pounds.
got on the jig, right?
Yeah, on the jig. Yeah, caught on the jig.
Yeah, that was
so
cool.
like I broke some really good PBs, like bass,
That's
trout,
awesome, man.
pompano.
That's cool.
What about you? Did you break any PBs?
Yeah, I did.
Catch
I
any
caught my
things?
first snakehead.
Yeah.
Which was cool.
I remember that. Yeah.
And,
And my first
We ate
clown
that.
knife fish.
yes,
Yeah.
that was this year. Man, that's a big
It
deal.
was actually February 2022. That was fun.
We need to go down there. I haven't caught either one of those.
I mean, neither.
We ate that snakehead.
I still haven't caught a
So it
peacock.
was, I haven't either. I was hoping to do some of that while we were down south, but
is
I didn't
hard
get a
to
chance.
believe.
I haven't caught any peacocks. I almost said something. I'm like, not gonna say that.
Oh man. But yeah, what was your favorite catch of 2022? We'll talk fish for a second.
Yeah, well, we've talked about it before. I get, the tuna it's hard to overlook that.
Yeah.
That was such a unique experience, especially catching it from a kayak. But as important as pompano fishing has been to my career, catching my personal best pompano and the fact that I was on a jig like that
is pretty
That's
cool.
kind of cool.
Yeah, that's real cool.
I was excited about that.
What about you, Brant?
Whiting.
All right, Matthew.
Yes.
Making son proud here.
I'm gonna say the clown knife fish.
Yeah, that's pretty freaking
just
rare.
because it was like super unexpected
Yeah.
and very last cast of the day.
What'd you catch it on?
It's live shiner.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's cool.
I think it's tough to catch them on anything but Like I have seen some people down there catch them on artificials, but apparently it's really rare.
Yeah.
And so live bait's the way to go. But that was a blast.
Yeah, that's cool.
Way to go
Did
do
it fight
that.
hard?
It fought weird.
Yeah.
It started off jumping like a tarpon. Like if you wouldn't have known any better, you thought you would have had a micro tarpon on, and then it just started coming in like dead weight, like a grouper. It's really strange.
Interesting.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What about you, Brad?
I was trying to think about that before we did this podcast, and I don't know. The tuna in the kayak was really cool.
Yeah.
But I caught my first wahoo this year too, which was really cool. And I caught my first yellowfin tuna.
Your hogfish, man.
And a hogfish. I caught my first hogfish.
Yeah, not
I
a
caught a
giant.
lot of new species of grouper this year. A lot of new species. I'm gonna say the wahoo. The wahoo was really cool though,
That is a cool
and
one.
very delicious.
I don't know if I've ever eaten wahoo,
It is. So
but
good.
everybody says it's amazing. It's got to be different than king mackerel.
Oh, yeah, way
much
different.
better. No,
Because
no comparison.
as much of a deal people make it out to be.
So also I caught my first cobia this year or last year, and the meat on a cobia looks very similar to the meat on a wahoo. Super white, super dense.
Okay.
I did eat the cobia sashimi. The wahoo's better. The cobia does have a little more. I don't want to say fishiness, but a little bit more of that extra flavor, I guess. But yeah, wahoo's very good.
Yeah, it's good.
I still got some in the freezer. I'll give you some.
I don't want it. If it's frozen, I don't want it.
Frozen wahoo.
I actually I don't like frozen wahoo.
never had it.
And the only reason is it's probably good, but I had a bad experience with it. I got some frozen wahoo out of the freezer and cooked it, and it was the fishiest fish I've ever tasted.
Really?
But I think it was because it was probably frozen the wrong way, maybe, or left
There's
in there
a
too
lot
long.
of factors.
Yeah. I know. The only reason I froze is because I didn't have anything else to do with it. Didn't want to just throw it away. But your buddy Brian was telling us about sometimes when you pull out frozen meat, if you'll just trim off the edges, a lot of times that's where the most fishiness
and
is
he
going to be.
knows Brian is a phenomenal cook when it comes to fish.
That makes sense.
I'm going to take it over to his house, let him cook it
You
up
should.
for me.
Man. You'll have the best meal of your life over there with Brian Landry.
I've never had any frozen fish that I liked, and I would and I've never tried that.
I'm kind of in agreement.
But that
with
makes
you.
sense. Like if you trim the exterior layer off. I mean, it sounds like a little bit of work.
Some
but-
fish that would be difficult to do, but like wahoo's like tuna. I mean,
That was my problem with it.
and in a shape where it would be much easier to just like trim the sides and then slightly trim around. Unlike a fillet of something, which would be much more difficult to trim the edges.
Yeah, it's just we get to fish enough that if I want fish,
Yeah, it's
I can go catch it.
Not freezing it.
No,
not worth it. But
unless it's sheepshead because I love them bakers, and I'm gonna kill every one of them.
oh man, yeah, it is Sheepshead season right now. Have you
Yeah.
gone yet this year?
No.
Or this season?
No, not the first time. I'm like, I keep
Are you
thinking
gonna
about
try
it.
to avoid it?
I don't know if I can make it through and not. I'm not posting as much either right now. Either.
Yeah.
Anyway, so like I'm not feeling the pressure to go sheepshead fishing, but I'm sure I'll end up doing it.
Well, we talked about a good video idea we have with a couple people, and they love Sheepshead, so that's probably we're probably.
Well, I'm excited about that
Can't
video.
talk.
I think that's gonna be a great video.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm excited about that one.
pumped. It's gonna be cool.
You know, I've started to like sheepshead fishing again for some reason, and I think it's because the two times I've tried over the past 3 or 4 weeks, I've been successful, and I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool. And usually I'm not successful at sheepshead. Usually I'm sitting out there 8 hours and get like one bite.
Sheepshead fishing when you're catching fish is fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they fight good.
Yeah. You get to like really set the hook on them.
It's when you're waiting on the bite to pick up where it's really boring.
Yeah,
I caught
Especially
I
when
caught
it's
a big
cold.
one on your boat.
Yeah, you
not
did.
too long ago. Yeah.
That was a good one.
but I we've talked about it several times. I just don't like the mantra, I guess, around it that people get the big head, like that they're doing something amazing.
I'm in agreement
And they
with
go
that,
catch
too.
100 sheepshead, and it's like,
They do the same thing with red snapper.
oh,
And red
yes,
snapper
yes.
is without a doubt the easiest fish to catch.
Right.
And I've caught one with a banana before.
right.
And so it's just like I kind of feel that way about snapper.
Yeah, I'm just not impressed. Like, but people want you to be impressed, and I'm just
Right.
like, why?
Look at all these fish I caught.
I don't. And that just turns me off of it.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah,
Well, you're gonna have to go at some point, so
we're
get ready.
we're gonna force you whether you want to or not. You're gonna sheepshead fish, but it was a good year for fishing, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, but we've had so much other stuff going on. My mind has just not been in fishing.
Yeah.
I just can't even.
I know you
Get that
you
mindset.
sent us a picture yesterday.
Me?
Yeah. You were like flexing in
Oh,
the mirror or something.
yeah.
You started working out last year as well.
A lot of changes in life,
Yeah.
you know, that being one of them. Trying to get healthier.
You were looking
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I know. I showed
Yeah.
Courtney. She's like, "Dang."
That's CrossFit, man. That's CrossFit.
Yeah.
She's like nudging me on the arm. Better
No,
go work out.
so working out has changed a lot for me. You know, obviously my body, but like it's really been great because I deal, and I've talked about it on my channel in a couple of different videos where I just deal with a lot of anxiety where like literally not just from I have anxiety, but like where I'll wake up in the middle of the night and it's a literal sickness that I get, and it's a feeling of like I just have so much anxiety, and certain things in life will bring that out. But like working out has been a huge player at keeping that at bay.
Right.
You know, just
Great.
you know, so it's really helped me with that. You know,
That's good.
dealing with
That's good. What does it feel like? Because I've dealt with a little bit. I'm just
it's in my stomach, and it's like a burning almost. I mean, it's not indigestion, you know, because I deal with that too, and I know what that feels like. But it's like it's just, and I get, and my heart rate increases, and it's like I can't sit, like I have to wake up and like I can't calm down. Like it's just like
You should make an appointment with Melanie.
I probably should, yeah. But I haven't dealt with it nearly like since because of working out. It gives me your physical activity. It like almost releases whatever that is from your body.
So I started doing this thing called the Wim Hof breathing technique, and y'all should go look this up. And it's a real deal.
No,
Okay.
We need to.
It's as real as the cold showers.
Brant-isms. We
Okay.
need like this is but I believe you. I mean I'm with you.
No,
it's
here's
just funny. You're full of this kind of
So
information.
here's what I want you to do. I want you to YouTube Wim Hof breathing technique.
Wim Hof.
And I want you to look at the one that has like 64 million views. That's his 3-round breathing technique that he goes through with you. And I want you to read the comments. Everybody in that comment section says that changed their life. And it's all people with anxiety.
Okay.
And so I started doing this. That's the one right there.
That's
59 million
million
views.
views.
59 million
Dang.
views.
All right,
Okay.
I'm gonna start it.
So he's a
world.
world-class athlete. Okay, he has so many world records. Like he's ran to the top of Mount Everest in shorts and no shoes. Like,
Dang.
yeah, the dude is a legit athlete. Okay, so I started doing this breathing technique. I've been doing it for about a year now. And
You do it every day.
yeah, it's seriously life-changing, and on so many levels.
Okay.
Just research.
You do it you try to do it
I
every,
do it
every,
about,
every
like
morning.
5 to 6 times a week.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I try to do.
Just you wake up first thing in the morning.
No,
do
a
that.
lot of times I'll do it in the evening, like an hour before bed, because it like really calms your body down. And there's actually a science behind it, and so it's one of the most unique things you'll ever do.
How long does it take?
11 minutes. That's
11 minutes of
that's how
breathing.
long the video is. No, but I actually took his course, so he has an online course. It's like $100, and so that's where I got the cold showers from too.
Oh, his still?
Yeah. So
Oh,
he
okay.
his recipe for like achieving your highest and best self is the cold showers, getting cold combined with his breathing. And I did it for a year, and it was life changing. Really was. So y'all should look into it, man.
I'm with it, man. I like I do like the natural approach, you know, because
Yeah.
obviously you can get on medication, and I'm like, I'm not taking medication.
Well, it calmed my anxiety.
Yeah,
And so that was.
Is that the main thing that he says his breathing technique is for? Is like stress and anxiety?
Stress
or is
and-
they say it like kills a lot of things.
So basically, what it does is it increases your flow. It helps your organs work better. You should like. So there's videos called The Science Behind the Wim Hof Breathing Technique. Watch the videos, and you'll learn the actual science behind it. But it works for me, and you can read the millions of comments. It worked for those people too. So.
I'm gonna try it out.
yeah.
I'm not
Give it a whirl.
sponsored by.
Hashtag
Hey,
not
not
sponsored. That's funny.
Yeah, I'll try it out. But working out's helped immensely.
Yeah.
And just staying focused. But like when you're dealing with stuff and you got a lot of stuff going on, which we've had, you know, your mind races and you kind of you play out a lot of different scenarios and all this and that and the other. But like when you're working out, all you're focused on, especially when you're doing an intense workout, all you're worried about is freaking breathing
Right.
and counting whatever reps you're doing.
Yeah.
So it just really takes your mind off of it. And then, you know, once you've done working out, like all the endorphins, and you just feel better about yourself. You feel more confident, all that.
You've been really committed to it, too.
Yeah, but because it's for a lot of reasons. Anything that I'm like, I'm going to do it. I just,
Sure.
I think we're all that way.
Yeah,
Once you decide, hey, I'm going to freaking do this, you just freaking do it.
That's why you're a successful content creator.
That's right. Yeah, because like
You stayed consistent.
we're going and we're not stopping. Not until recently. I haven't been quite as consistent, but for good reason. I feel like.
Yeah. Been a busy man.
Working on bigger, better things.
Yeah.
Bigger, better things.
Absolutely.
Man, people are like itching for like a set rig surf fishing video from you.
Probably
right
not.
now.
Right.
They're jonesing for it.
Yeah, I don't know how people would still want to see that at this point. I will make them, because I can't do the same thing. I mean, I have, because that's what YouTube wants you to do.
Right.
It blows my mind. Like, it almost crushes your creativity in a lot of ways. But I'll still make some set rig fishing videos.
Yeah.
Right.
If you still want to see them, there's like 1,000 of them on YouTube. So
I watch them all.
I'm sure you do.
Especially the lighting
Believe
ones.
it. Yeah. I mean, it's still fun. It still takes me back. Like, I went one day this weekend and didn't catch anything, but it was nice. It was a nice day on the beach. And, that's what started all this for me. This whole journey was sitting on the beach, relaxing, rods in the water, waiting for something to bend over,
I'm leaving.
Watching rods.
That's tub time. not surf fishing.
I get confused. There's a lot of correlations.
A lot of poles and water.
Watching rods, bending over.
Oh, man.
You never know what's going to happen on this podcast.
Oh, yeah. But are y'all excited about this year? I mean, like,
I'm pumped.
I mean, we get together and we met before we started doing this podcast, and every time we sit down and we actually start talking about ideas and things, I get so excited.
Yeah.
I'm ready to start having some of them come through, but it feels like we're dragging, but at the same time we're moving super fast. It's just it's a weird place that we're in right now with everything going on.
Yeah, there's a lot of growth opportunity in the future for everything that we're involved in. So it's really exciting stuff.
Yeah, and 2022 was big on putting that out there.
Yeah. I mean, 2022 was like probably my biggest year, just with like everything. But I mean, I definitely can see 2023 being bigger, 24 bigger, like everything that we're working on and wanting to get in place, and some of those already in place with the tackle store and stuff. Like,
there's no
reason
backwards.
like every year from now on is not just going to
we're not
trump the
going
previous year by 10x.
Yeah, that's right. That's right,
Well,
Grant
Cardone.
But it should be fun for everybody. Like, bringing the audience along, like, it should be a really just intriguing thing to participate in from an audience standpoint. Like, this is something that I would love to watch and keep up with, and I think a lot of people will feel that way once everybody kind of figures out what we're doing.
And that's actually our business model moving forward is we are trying to involve everyone in what we're doing, which is really cool. Other creators as well as our subscribers, our audience. We're going to have so many different things and events that everybody's going to be involved in. So it's going to be really cool.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. Like, we got so many different milestones throughout even just this first year of things that we want to accomplish and get done. I think we're going to give you guys freaking whiplash with how much stuff you're like, oh my
I don't
gosh.
think they're ready for it.
They're not ready. I don't think so, man. Like,
and you know what makes it easy now because we have a venue.
Yeah.
And prior to this, we did not have a home base, a venue, a warehouse, a headquarters, and now we have all that. Yeah. And that really is going to be a game changer.
Yeah. Opportunities are endless at this point.
Yeah, you're going to get to hang out with us and do stupid stuff. Like, you're going to get those opportunities, and be a part of it.
Win some free stuff.
That's right. Give stuff away.
Win a piece of a lock of Matt's hair.
Yeah. Maybe so. I'm hopeful that this year
we can auction off a couple strands of hair.
Yeah, maybe so. I'm hopeful I can donate it this year.
Yeah.
I hope it's long enough. I know we talked about that, but
we'll
have to we need to start it like a separate little Instagram.
Instead of
measuring my hair every day.
That's not a bad idea, man. It'd be funny. So after you cut your hair off, are you going to grow it back out, or are you going to keep it short for a little while?
I don't know. I think Courtney likes it enough. I think she likes it a little shorter than it is now, because like if I wear it down, I mean it's
long.
It's pretty freaking long. But I think she does like the long hair. But Maybe not quite this long. But she wants me to grow it out long enough so that when I get it cut, it's not like all gone.
Yeah.
You know, she wants
That
to
Still
makes
keep a
sense.
little bit
so
of length.
I got to grow it like I got a ways.
Yeah.
But I'm eating a lot of protein, you know, so and I think that helps with hair growth.
Yeah, you need
That's
some
why.
biotin.
What's that?
Biotin's good for hair, skin, and nails.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Is that protein in it?
I don't know. Matt's just all about the muscle.
That's
milk.
right. Well, I'm trying to go up in weight. Like, that's my goal. Like, I'm trying to build mass.
I'll give you 10 pounds.
Not those kind of pounds. But it's really hard to do. It's like, you have to be very, very strategic if you're trying to actually go up in weight and build mass.
That is not easy.
It is very, very hard. It's hard, way harder to do that than it is to lose weight.
Right.
Like, it's because it's hard for me to eat enough because you have
Well,
to.
that's a problem. People don't understand how many calories you have to consume.
Yes,
you
to
know?
go up and what kind of workouts you have to do to, you know, anyway, it's a lot of work, but it's kind of fun too.
It kind of makes you respect those bodybuilders in a different way.
Yeah, well, a lot of those guys are on roids, though.
Well, okay, but
There's a
I
rumor
could
that
not,
you are, right?
I have not done any roids.
I could
if I did, you'd know. I mean,
right, but
small.
just because you take roids doesn't mean you're going to look like those guys.
No, that's-
you still have. It takes an insane amount of dedication.
you're absolutely right. No, it definitely has given me, being as intense with my workouts as I have, it's given me way more of a respect for people that have that type of body. But you'd be surprised. I didn't know as many people do roids that do it. You know, like a lot of the people that you see, a lot of fitness models or influencers and stuff. I mean, if they're really well put together and they're beefy,
Yeah.
like they're probably on roids. Like
Liver King.
Tons of people do.
yeah, Liver
Tons
King's
of
on.
people
Yeah,
do
yeah.
it. I mean, he's one of a million.
But like The
you know?
Rock, like and he's never fessed up to it. But The Rock,
100%
probably on
on
roids. Like
steroids.
you're not 50 years old.
A
Looking
lot
like
of them
that.
are on like TST, which you can actually like go to a doctor and have them do it like medically.
Oh, yeah.
And have it medically watched, I guess.
Sure.
Or,
I'm sure there's healthy ways to do it. I guess because so many of them do that. But
Yeah.
I don't know enough about it.
yeah, I don't
I'm not.
either.
I'm not getting on roids.
I don't either. But
It's not my goal. I just want to be 160. I just need 10 pounds. I mean, I'm not trying to get
yeah,
ridiculously
And so
huge.
I don't know enough about it either. But yeah, there's a ton of people. That
I know.
do it.
I was just
Yeah.
surprised, like, kind of diving into it, learning that it's pretty common.
Crazy.
But it also gives people just this false sense of what your body could really look like naturally.
Yeah.
People don't really understand, like, most of the guys that are natural that really work hard and all that aren't going to look anything like you would think. You know what I mean? Your body's still going to have all these deficiencies and
Oh, 100%.
not look
man.
perfect.
Yeah.
So, it's the same for women too. They got to deal with all that with models, and
Right.
so do us men.
Yeah. Golly.
All these guys on roids. How do we get on this?
I
conversation?
don't think that you can.
We talk about everything. here on
Yeah,
this
I don't think you
podcast.
can get as jacked as some of those guys without it. I mean,
Right.
when I was playing baseball in college, we were on a very strict workout plan, and I mean every day, we had a dietitian with the team. We ate right, and I didn't even look anywhere close to that.
Yeah. I mean, you think about professional athletes like football players. Look at them.
Yeah.
Obviously, their bodies look great and they're in really good shape, but they don't look like the guys that
Heck no, dude.
that are doing it.
Heck no.
And they're working out just as much, if not more,
for
more
sure.
intense and eating. All that. So
For
no,
sure.
it's very hard to. What are you pulling up over there, bro?
I was just pulling up some reviews that we can read at some point. Because
nice.
we're like talking about random stuff now.
Sorry, that's kind of how it always turns out to be.
Oh, I know.
Well-
we don't have to talk about it right this second. I was just trying to find
Well,
something.
what did you guys learn anything specific this year, whether it be fishing or business? Is there anything you can point to that you learned from 2022 that you took out of it? Anything? And that we didn't talk about this before, so it may be hard putting you on the spot, but
I have something.
it's okay. Good.
Go ahead, Brent.
So, and I was already trying to do it with real estate, and I've been doing real estate for 3 or 4 years and buying real estate for 5 or 6 years. But 22 opened my eyes to the importance of creating things outside of the YouTube and Facebook algorithm.
Very
true. We were very successful in 2022 as content creators from a monetary standpoint. I mean, it was a great year. No complaints. However, there were things that happened that opened my eyes to, okay, we've got to take this outside the even though we're keeping our platforms, obviously, we've got to create businesses outside the platform and grow those businesses, and it's so that we don't have to rely on a Facebook or YouTube for, you know. And
yeah, I mean, we know a handful of people that got demonetized for no reason. Know somebody that was able to get monetized, but it said that he was using other people's content
when he really wasn't. Yeah,
you didn't have somebody pay you for like 3 months. 3 months.
Yeah, or just the up and down swing
Mm-hmm.
with how fickle Facebook and YouTube can be with their, you know, how much they're paying and their CPMs and RPMs and stuff like that.
Yeah, CPMs are complete garbage.
What
right
does
now.
CPM stand for our audience that doesn't know?
Cost per milli.
And RPM is the revenue paid from that cost per
So
million.
can you break that down for me?
Yeah, so cost per milli is what the or what YouTube or Facebook is charging the advertiser per 1,000 views.
So
that
like
could
if I get
be-
1,000 views and I have a $24 CPM, they're charging
the
that
advertiser
$24 per 1,000 views.
And then we get the
RPM,
which
they can be stingy with
is
sometimes.
not always the split that they say that it's supposed to be.
Right now, it's not at all.
Because I mean, I had my video talking about the house fire. Let me try to pull it up. The CPM was extremely high, and a lot of times I don't know what the exact split's supposed to be, but a lot of times it's close to 50%, right, or 45%.
Yeah, it's
something like that.
supposed to be, but it's not at the moment.
But this video got it's back. It must have been a glitch or something. At one point, it was like a $20 CPM, but the RPM was like $3.
Oh, wow.
Dang.
Maybe that was a glitch because now it's back to 10, so it's like 50-50.
Yeah. But that's how we make our money.
Yeah.
Some of it.
So,
Yeah.
From ad revenue.
Yeah.
But like Facebook, on the other hand, like the RPMs last year, early 2022, I mean, we were getting like $4, $5, $6, $7 RPMs. For the month of December, my RPM on Facebook was 60 cents.
Yeah.
It's and I think Facebook
crazy.
is their creator program is a disaster
Yeah.
at the moment. I mean, I couldn't even upload video this morning.
Oh, really?
No,
Yeah.
it wouldn't even let me upload.
Yeah, Facebook. It's so weird how big Facebook is and how much trouble they have
Yeah.
with that kind of stuff.
It's like they have no idea what they're doing.
It seems that
They're
way.
just throwing mud at the wall and
But you can make a lot of money.
nothing's sticking.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. It's like they're trying to figure it out.
Yeah, man.
But it's weird. It is weird seeing all of them make these shifts, especially with short form becoming as big of a deal as it did in 2022.
I don't like it.
I don't either. It's just weird seeing them all kind of like scramble to try to make
Right.
it work.
So the reason I don't like short form is because it makes it very easy. Anybody can jump into the game and create an influence with short form content. Creating long content and keeping people's attention and gaining a loyal audience is very difficult to do.
Correct.
And so not many people could do that. And now with short content, it just, it's you can have no real skill or talent and edit a video in a way where it attracts people and you gain a big audience. And
Sure.
Yeah.
So,
I don't think short form is going to go anywhere, but I think being able to make money from it is not going to be what everybody thinks.
I
'Cause,
agree.
like,
Unless you're really, really, really big and
Right.
get the ad deals and
because
stuff.
like TikTok, I don't even know how their structure works, like how they pay. I don't know if they're, because YouTube is going to start their ad split
This
with
month, I
short
think.
form revenue. And they said that TikTok doesn't do that. So I don't know if TikTok just has like a
they have a creator fund.
right. And so what you get paid doesn't have anything to do with the
you make like
advertisements, I
29
guess.
cents a month.
Yeah, basically. But like, so even with YouTube starting this split, and I think is it 50-50 or maybe there's 45-60? I don't know, but they're going to start doing an ad split. Anyways, when they show an ad, like when we post a 12-minute video, there might be 3 ads, 4 ads, and we're getting the money from those 4 ads. But when you are scrolling through YouTube Shorts, you might see 1 ad, and then you might watch 50 short form videos. So they're going to have to split that one ad, which isn't going to be a lot.
Sure.
I wouldn't think, between all 50 of those creators.
Yeah. Because
So even though
you
you're
can
gonna
watch
get the-
50 videos in the time that you can watch one long form
Right.
content video.
And so I don't see how they're going to be able to charge a lot of money for those ad spots. In return, you're not going to get a lot of revenue, because if you got to split that one ad with 50 other people on that only 45%, I mean, that's not a lot.
Right.
And again, just like with TikTok, like if you're getting millions of views every upload and you're uploading 2 days or 2 times, 3 times a week, like it can add up.
I mean, certainly you can make a little bit of money, yeah.
I watch more short form content now, though, than I do long form. Which I watch
I'd probably
very
do as
little
well.
long form, but I'll scroll through shorts.
It's
Not
like-
on YouTube.
It's
Actually, watch
quick
on Facebook.
dopamine hits.
Yeah.
It's like what our society has become.
Yeah.
Everything is so
But I hate it.
quick.
Like
I don't
hate it.
like it
But I
either.
mean, I still watch it. You know, because I get a lot of motivational stuff from it and whatever, and you get some tidbits of decent information. It is better now, because for the longest time with TikTok, it was just people twerking.
Yeah, now you can see
man.
Like that was all that was
stuff
there.
we're all actually interested in.
Yeah.
It's a
Now-
good way to like kill, like if you're waiting on a doctor's appointment or
Right.
sitting in a bathroom or something, it's an easy way to
Or
kill
sitting here
kill
on
a couple
podcast.
minutes.
Yeah.
You can get quick motivationals and quick tidbits of good information from short
Yeah,
form,
yeah, you
know?
can. You can. I've gotten some good stuff, and I've actually gotten some workout techniques and all that from it too. You can learn a lot. What about you, Brad? Is there anything you've learned this year?
I don't know about anything specifically that I can point to right this second. I mean, like Brant said, multiple streams of income, which we're working on, is definitely a plus, because ad revenue is very fickle. Probably something that I guess I've kind of learned, but gonna try to focus less on this year, is being so concerned about the analytics and like like last year I wanted
That's a
to
great
hit
point.
I wanted to hit 50,000 subscribers. I'm at like 45,000, so I didn't reach my goal. But
it doesn't matter.
At the end of the day, it
We
doesn't
need to
matter.
focus more on growing a big business.
Yeah,
so
than the analytics, and
Yeah.
no matter what we post and how well it performs, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You know?
So that's what I guess kind of learned, but definitely something I'm going to try to worry less about, because if you let it worry you, I mean, it can cause a lot of stress and anxiety of like checking your phone like literally
Constantly.
every 5 minutes.
100,000 times a day.
Yeah.
Especially like
Yeah.
the day we post a video, like I might as well just like put it on my watch and let
Yeah,
it
like
be.
right now, I'm wanting to check and see how my reel's performing that I just posted.
Right. It's so tough, and it's easy to get wrapped up in how many subscribers or how many views. But like we're at the point now that we got so many things going on that yes, we still are counting on this ad revenue. We still want to make money, but try
It's
not
not
to
an
let it.
end all be all
Right.
for what we're doing.
I'm not going broke. Like if the one video doesn't perform that well, it's not the end of the day. Like it's gonna be fine.
Just got to keep slinging content.
Yeah.
Matt, what about you, Matt? Any wisdom you can lay on us?
I learned, in reference to fishing, I learned that I really like Spanish mackerel raw
Yeah.
this year.
They actually make some of the best sashimi of any fish out there, and I've always said that.
I haven't had it sashimi. The only time I had it raw was when we were in Tampa and Ryan made the carpaccio, which
Delicious.
was really good. Which I mean,
Delicious.
I guess is raw
That is
fish,
raw,
but I haven't
yeah.
had it like sashimi or in a sushi roll.
I've
or
had it
anything yet.
sashimi. I've had it in a roll. I had the
Carpaccio.
whatever you say, and all of it's delicious.
Yeah.
Like this was the first year that I actually, because I've always kind of been like Spanish mackerel. I don't like it cooked.
Yeah,
So
I
I'm like-
love it
So I'm
fried.
like, I'm not gonna like it raw, but
It is actually better raw than
way
cooked,
better.
not
Yeah.
even close.
way better. So I learned that this year
That's
for me personally.
That's cool.
You're gonna be keeping all the Spanish this summer.
Not all of them. I just need one. Cut up some raw because it's not. I'm not gonna freeze it. It's no good.
Anything else?
I mean,
Outside
yeah,
of
well,
fishing,
well,
or-
yeah, and you guys touched on a lot, but I mean, I made a post on my personal Facebook a few days back, and 2022 for me was I really woke up in a lot of ways, like just mentally, spiritually, physically, all of it. Like I just made some decisions to not that I feel like I'm doing a lot of things in life that I wanted to do and wanted to accomplish and had done a lot of things, but I really just kind of amplified it and
Yeah.
and moving forward, and
great.
just really wanted to get serious about some things and dive in and I don't know, be an adult.
right.
Be like you're
I'm
in
not
control.
just a beach bum anymore.
Yeah. I mean, just take responsibility for my mind and my body, and I don't know, just trying.
Taking responsibility is huge.
It is.
Taking personal responsibility for everything that happens is huge. There's not enough of that out there.
There isn't, and yeah.
Does it feel good to see your son growing up into a man?
That just made me proud to hear.
You're a good dad, Brant.
Well, and who you hang out with, it matters. And Brant is a part of that, and being around people that think that way, and that it's so true. I mean, it's so true. Who you hang out with is going to determine, and the people that I spend time and actually have
There's
conversations
no question, man.
We're talking about growing businesses. We're talking about getting healthy. We're talking about our mental well-being. Like we're not just sitting around doing stupid stuff.
It is interesting, man. Yeah, I remember that time in my life when I like the lights came on for me, and it's weird and not intentionally, but I lost a lot of relationships during that time with people that I used to hang out with, not intentionally, but because I was trying to discuss all that stuff and they were not into it. And so it's almost like you had to magnetize new friends and people into your circle. Sure. It's kind of an interesting turning point in my life.
A lot of people don't think that way. Most people don't, and you can't have those conversations. And, which is surprising to me. Like you would think most people would have like vision and a dream and want freedom and want, that. And I guess it's hard for a lot of people because they haven't tasted it. And to a degree, I've felt that. Like I kind of have had a taste of like what that life can be. Mm-hmm. And I guess without that, it's harder to see that, oh, this is a realistic possibility for me. Mm-hmm. I guess people just think it's, a pipe dream and
I agree
don't
with
even
that.
try.
Yeah, I mean that was me 2 years ago before I was working with y'all. I mean, my old job I was making like $50,000 a year or whatever, and like you're just getting by, and like when you're making that kind of money, like it's hard to ever imagine getting to the next level, getting to 100,000, 150, 200, whatever your goals are. Like if you haven't been there, it's hard to. And the same thing with YouTube. Like if you're wanting to make it on YouTube and you got 10,000 subscribers and you're getting like 100,000 views a month, like it's hard to ever imagine. Like seeing what revenue you get from that, it's hard to ever imagine going full time.
I remember being in that place.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was a time period when I was like, man, wouldn't it be cool to be a full-time content creator?
I remember having that conversation with my wife. I mean, I remember that those very words. I remember where I was when I had that. And when I said that, I said, how cool would it be to go, hey, we're going to go make a video today, and that's going to make us money.
And that's going to be all we have to do today.
Yes, I literally said we were driving down Canal Road here, and we were I don't know where we were going, but I just started YouTube, like just started it, and I was like, how cool would that be? And you think back, and it's like you're there, and then you're like,
and in those times, like you never, like it's hard to even fathom that that's gonna make enough money. At least that's how it was for me. Like when you're making $200 a month starting out, you're like, how am I ever going to be able to pay my bills with this?
It's crazy, man.
But definitely, we've talked about this before, but like having y'all and like knowing the potential and where you can be, like it's definitely worth, like for any of the smaller creators, definitely worth reaching out or trying to surround yourself with other larger influencers or successful people that
your
can
path
give
was
you that
expedited
motivation.
because of that,
Yeah, well, and going back to what you said about taking personal responsibility, I mean, that's what you've done. I mean, you're like, you can do this, and you did it, and that's with anything in life. And also, I'll say, like when I started having some success on YouTube, you kind of feel like maybe there's this chance that things will kind of come to you in a way. And yes and no. Like you feel like maybe you'll get you'll get sponsors or people that want to work with you or whatever. You kind of feel like, oh yeah, that's just going to happen naturally once you get to a certain point, and it doesn't. Like you know what I mean? Like it to the level of what I would have.
You have to take action.
Thought, but you have to do it yourself. If you want it to, and you can, but you got to take responsibility for it. And that's just how it is in everything in life. And I think most people don't realize, like they just being around other people that don't have that mindset, especially about health or whatever, they're like, yeah, my body could never look like that, or I could never get to that weight or whatever. Well, yeah, you can. You totally can. It may take you longer than some other people. You may have to do, your journey's going to be a lot different than everybody else's, but you could do it. You want to be a millionaire? Well, you can do it. Your journey's going to look a lot different. You're going to have to, some people are going to get there quicker than you or whatever, but you can do it. You just got to, you got to decide to do it and freaking do it. You want 100,000 subscribers? Yeah, you can do it. You just got to decide to do it. And again, your path, your journey is going to be different than everybody else's, but you just got to freaking do it and be committed to yourself and do it.
We need to be playing like Eye of the Tiger.
I know, man. ready to freaking go, Yeah.
I know it's easy to look at like other creators and their journey, and especially if there's anybody that's like doing it extremely quickly. Like, it's so easy to compare yourself to other people. And I was watching some short form stuff this morning and came across that Brad Lee guy. I don't know if you'll see him.
Yeah. He reminds me a lot of Grant Cardone.
Yeah.
I think
Very
he
similar
used to.
content.
I think he used to work for Grant.
He
Cardone.
did.
Yeah.
And they were talking about like get rich quick stuff, and he was like, if you want to be a millionaire, he's like, you can be a millionaire quick. He's like, whatever. I mean, quick is different for everybody. He's like, if you're a millionaire in 10 years, he's like, I think 10 years is pretty quick to become a millionaire.
Yeah.
So just because somebody gets 100,000 subscribers in a year, but don't give up because you only got 20. It may take you 3 years, but 3 years to 100,000 is still pretty good.
Absolutely, you're correct.
Quit comparing to other people and worry about yourself and your own goal.
And for me, and I think with everybody sitting here, it's just exciting to see what we can do in the future, and having everybody together and a loyal audience, and it's just exciting. And to me, I enjoy the journey. Mm-hmm. Like creating new businesses, to me, that's exciting.
Yeah.
And so that's like moving into 2023. That's where my mind is. It's really it's not about the money for me. It's about like enjoying the opportunities that we've been given and enjoying the journey that we have ahead of us. It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm trying to do more, because like when you stress so much about the analytics and the numbers, it's hard to enjoy where you really are and enjoy the ride or whatever you want to say. And
I bet there was a time when you were laying tile where you would have been like, man, I'd love to be where you are right now.
1,000%. There was a day we did a clickbaiters video at West Pass catching mangrove snapper with the cane poles. Mm-hmm. And of course, this was at the beginning of me working with y'all, so I lost every challenge. And so I lost and had to eat one of the nitro gummy or whatever. And the two of them went home, and I went to lay tile.
I remember that.
I was driving to work like, if I could ever just not have to go lay tile again. I'm getting goosebumps talking about it.
That is cool, man.
Crazy.
That is cool.
Man.
It didn't take you that long.
No, like a year.
You got there quick.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
A little less.
Big year, man.
Yeah, it's exciting. Pumped for 2023. Any big goals? Like I haven't really set any specific goals. Like last year, I was setting like YouTube goals. I know we have goals with like the store and other businesses we want to start, but anything like specific that y'all have said or have in your mind for 2023?
Well, one of them is a number for the store for me, but I'm not going to say that.
Yeah.
But for physically, I want to fill out a medium shirt.
You'll be on my level then.
I could fill out a medium shirt twice.
Like I want a medium shirt to be tied on me,
That's funny.
Not even close.
My goal is I'd like to be able to wear a medium again.
I'd like to wear an extra large. This is an extra large, and I'm feeling a little fat in it.
Yeah.
Have you lost any weight yet?
Goal. Have you,
No.
Yeah.
No, I think I might have started to like lose a hair, and then after I was out of town for like 9 days,
set you back.
I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Ate terrible, drank too much.
Well, at least you got started before the new year, so you know what I mean. Like, kind of got that jump start.
Yeah.
So now
today was my first time back on the Peloton since that, and so it was probably close to 2 weeks off because like Christmas, and then I was gone for a little over a week. So it was, I don't know, a week and a half that I didn't ride at all, and I was afraid because I'd only done it like 10 or 11 days. which isn't a lot. So I was afraid I was basically going to start from zero again. But I did the hardest one this morning. I've done the hardest one I've done yet.
Yeah.
And it kicked my butt, but I could definitely tell it was still easier than the first time I ever did it.
Sure.
So I still have a little bit of
Some
strength in my legs,
Yeah.
a little bit of stuff. But I'm really going to try to cut out
What's your
crap.
goal? Like, are you trying to hit a goal weight, or like do you have a specific?
I don't really have a weight. I mean, I just want to get, like you said, with the medium. It sucks. I have long arms, and so sometimes extra large doesn't fit just because my arms. But it used to be I would have to get a 2X for longer arms, and then it was super baggy. But now it like fits, and so I want to get out of the 2X and
Down
back
to
in an XL.
Okay.
I don't really care about a weight. I just need to lose all the belly
Yeah.
fat.
The number doesn't matter. It really
I
doesn't.
I don't care if I'm 200 or 250. If I look decent and I'm healthy, and
Yeah.
I still need to get my blood pressure down a little bit.
Cool.
Working out will help.
Yeah, eating better.
G Brant.
I look at, like, when I set goals, I usually do blocked time. I don't know if you've ever have any experience with that, but blocked time is when, like, you set, instead of setting an annual goal, I like to set like a quarterly goal.
Yeah.
And so, like, for the first quarter of 2022, I'd like to have everything that we're like talking about and working on right now kind of running like very smoothly, like a well-oiled machine, people in place, tackle store open, launching. I'm launching some pretty cool fishing educational type stuff. I'd like to get those launched. We've got another business in the works that we are, really wanting to start. So I'd like to have that in place and like the process of that going. And, so that's kind of the goals for the first quarter of 2023.
That's very smart to do that. It's easy to set a year-long goal, like, because last year my goal was 50,000 subscribers. You start with 20, you're like, holy crap, that's so far away. So if you can set it in those smaller quarterly or even monthly goals, like, it's so much easier to get. Because I saw another I don't remember who was talking about this, but it was another short form thing, and they were talking about your brain doesn't know the difference between a big win or a little win or a big loss or or a little loss. Just a win's a win. So if you set those short goals, you can achieve something, whether it's losing 2 pounds. If you hit that 2 pounds, your brain, like, you get that dopamine of like doing something and winning and reaching that goal.
Do y'all listen to audibles? Like, do y'all have the Audible app?
I don't.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Audible app pretty much changed the direction of my life in like 2016. And so Audible, it's basically where you can listen to any book online.
Right.
Okay, so I would put on a book and listen to it, get inspired, put on a book, another book, listen to it, get inspired. Anytime I'm driving or anytime I'm like, and so I listened to this one book called The 12-Week Year. And it was all about block time. It was really fascinating, and it got me thinking differently. And so from then on, I started like setting a goal. Like, maybe I had a goal of gaining 50,000 YouTube subscribers by March or the end of March, whatever it may be. And back when I was doing this, and so I would and then I would write down, okay, what do I have to do to achieve that goal in such a in the first quarter. And so I would do the things every day. And the 12-week year basically says, if you do the things every day, do the activities that you wrote down, the goal is going to get reached, or at least going to come pretty close to reaching that goal. And so I would like write down the activities needed every single day for this first quarter to reach this certain goal. And I would accomplish those activities. And when I would accomplish those activities, I was done for the day. And you would be surprised how quickly you reach your goals.
Makes sense.
So you guys should read the 12-Week Year. It's a pretty interesting book.
I'm reading Green Lights right now, which is Matthew McConaughey's book.
Oh, that's cool.
It's an interesting read for sure.
Yeah. I probably need to read something. I haven't read a book in a long
Just listen.
time.
Listen to
listening
audibles.
definitely
It's
sounds better.
really
I'm so
interesting.
old school. I mean, I totally would listen, but I like the aesthetics of holding a book.
I can't keep my mind like if I start reading a book, my mind just starts thinking about other stuff, and I don't even remember what I'm reading.
It's reading comprehension.
Yeah,
You gotta stay focused.
it's hard.
Yeah,
My throat is very dry.
I see that. Well, we can wrap it up. I mean, we're close.
Yeah, close enough.
Yeah.
Well, hope you all have a wonderful.
Since Brad's dying over there.
2023. I just keep like coughing in the background.
It's okay.
But
Here we
hope
go.
you all enjoy it.
Yeah.
Brad, thanks for.
That was a good
joining us.
motivational
Yeah.
speech right there that we just encountered. Yeah. This is
Oh.
who is it?
Let's see.
Is it somebody that can be
Let's
on the
see.
podcast?
That's an unknown.
Answer it.
Yeah, yeah. Let's.
No,
Can we talk to
eh, not happening.
we need that one number to call.
Yeah. Brant's
If
been
y'all know
stalked.
anything about me, I don't know if I don't answer my phone. And,
I don't either.
Me either.
Okay.
Text
yeah.
me.
And it's
Unless it's one of you guys.
Yeah.
Like, I'll answer from y'all.
if you need something, shoot me a text message
Yeah.
because I'm not answering a number that I don't know. It's
Yeah.
just not it.
Well, that's a pretty good one. If you try to talk deep, you sound like a 10-year-old boy.
I hope you all
talking
have
in
a
my
very good and prosperous
Got something in my
2023.
throat.
What's in your throat?
Oh, man, I love you, son. Thanks, Dad.
Oh,
You gonna take me fishing? Yeah, when you get a little bit older.